1051.
Power 1051 is the Breakfast Club, and we got a special guest in the building today.
Yeah, this family right here.
And I feel honored. She doesn't usually do morning shows.
No.
But she woke up early this morning to come and drop by to the Breakfast Club.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the first time she's ever done morning radio in New York.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is the first and only morning stop that she did this time.
Okay.
And I end up talking like her when I'm around her.
Do you?
Yeah, I start talking like this.
How do I talk?
You know, like this. I do the Nicki accent. I mirror you.
I want to introduce her.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj!
Absolutely.
Yes. What's up, Nick?
I can't complain.
Album in stores right now.
Album is in stores.
Now, we don't get you much, so now that we got you, we're going to keep you for as long as we can have you.
Brother.
And we're going to talk about everything that we've ever heard about Nicki Minaj.
Well, her album came out yesterday, so let's make sure we put that
That's
out there.
right. The album's out right now.
Yeah.
Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded.
Yes.
Now, you got some collaborations on there that maybe 3 years ago people would have expected, but now, not so much.
Right.
You know?
What do you mean?
Like Nas,
Right.
Cam, you know? Like,
Where'd you find Nas? Like, where did you
Want to
like?
know what's so crazy? So we're recording the album in L.A., and for like a week straight, Nas is in the same studio recording. And I was not working on that type of stuff, right? So I'm just like finishing. I'm like, oh, well, Nas here, whoa, you know, blah, 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 whatever. Keeps it moving. Next thing you know, Nas leaves the studio, flies wherever he flew to, and I record Champion.
Right.
And then I start playing it, and I'm like, Nas. Like, Nas. Everybody that I played it for was like, yo, if you could get Nas, crazy. So we called his manager, and he goes, I don't know, you know, Nas don't usually do da-da-da-da.
Right,
you know
right.
the whole spiel, and I said, well, you know what, let me just send him the record, and, you know. And he heard it, and he said, I love it. He was like, yo, if you could wait 2 days, we was mixing the album. Like, that's how crazy it was. We was already mixing. He was like, if you could wait till Monday, it was a Friday night, I think. He was like, I'll do it as soon as I come back, because I think he was in like overseas.
Right.
And he kept his word. Like, as soon as he came back, he knocked it out. When I heard it, I was in love with the verse, and I just felt like, yo, is this really hot? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from Queens, and it's a big deal for me. And he delivered so crazy on the album. It felt like it was a Nas record. It didn't feel like Nas on a Nicki Minaj song, you know. And
you're not supposed to be doing that, though. They say you're not hip-hop no more. You're not supposed to be
I'm
doing
not
stuff like
hip-hop.
that.
I'm sorry, Charlamagne. My bad. Why I do that hip-hop song?
I know.
Now, also Cameron.
Yes.
Now, I know
my
Cameron
boo.
was one of your favorite rappers.
That's my boo.
I seen you put that on Twitter. Now,
Because
explain to Cam.
He's a comedian, you know, and he's intelligent. And when I see somebody go toe-to-toe with somebody like Bill O'Reilly and make that dude squirm like that, I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? Because he was making valid points, but he was making me crack up laughing. And I love people that make me laugh. So, you know, aside from the fact that he's from New York, he put this incredible team called Dipset on the map.
Absolutely.
He ran that movement, and we all wanted to be, you know, involved in that movement at one time. You know what I'm saying? Because it was big for New York.
Right.
So now, you know, for me to be doing my sophomore album, he's another one that I didn't know if I could get. Because sometimes, because, you know, to me, you know, Cam is a legendary artist in the game. And sometimes, you know, some people will feel like, nah, I ain't going, you know, for whatever reason, they may not want to work with the kid.
You're pretty big out there, Nicki. I don't know if you
I don't know if you realize that.
You're pretty big out there, Nick.
Thank you. But sometimes people feel like, nah, you know, I don't do that. Because sometimes people hear about me and they don't even know about
This
me.
ain't the old mixtape days when you do a mixtape, you be like, man, I hope no, Nick, you're pretty big out there. When you make a call, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna come
I mean,
through.
you pretty much work with almost all of the legendary artists right now.
I have.
Is there anybody left that you feel like I still need to get a collaboration with this person?
Just my fans want a Beyonce collab. That's the only one.
That'd
but
be
I feel
dope.
like I've worked with if anybody would have told me before my second album came out, I would have worked with MJ, Kanye, Mariah Carey, Madonna. Like, I would have said, you're kidding me. You know what I'm saying? But it really happened.
Speaking of Madonna,
Yeah.
you just went right into it. Thanks for the layup.
Yeah.
You kissed Madonna.
I did.
Madonna kissed her.
Thank you, Angela.
It was her birthday.
Now there was rumor that there was a tongue involved.
You know what? Just shut up, because I know damn well you saw the video.
Yeah, the video is up. What are you talking about?
They said it was behind the scenes
You
footage.
saw the
I'm
video.
just
You
asking.
trying to, you know what? Don't let me come over there and be.
All right.
Madonna's vintage vagina, though. That's not a bad chick to be kissing on.
Not at all. She's bad. Madonna is bad. Like, seriously. She soft lips. real.
Girl, stop it. Turning me on. My nipples are getting hard.
Knock it off.
All right. Sorry.
Now, Nicki, we've talked about this before. You know, you're from New York, born and raised, Queens.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Trinidad. And I was raised in New York. Yeah.
And you know, you ran the mixtape circuit here, came up on the underground DVDs here, but it seems like New York doesn't give you your proper just due as being one of its own. Does that bother you?
It did, but now I've been winning so much.
I did love that MTV special that I saw about you with your mom and all of your friends and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I had a blast doing that MTV special, but as far as like the whole New York thing, I am New York. People that, if you have common sense, you know that I'm New York, and that's it. And I no longer have to prove myself to anybody. Like, we talked about that. Like, even you said, you was like, sometimes I think you care too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've gotten to a place now where, and even when you said that, I said, yo, if I really did care that much, my album would not have become so diverse. Like, I made the album because I was just like, yo, I don't care. A lot of you guys don't buy my album anyway. And I have to say that sidebar, New York is my highest selling market for my first album. So this is not talking about my barbs and my babies. They know who they are. They know I love them. This is about I think like most of the older people,
the old regime,
right? The other this new generation, they get it. They know Nicki Minaj put in work, but the older people, I'm not worried about it no more. They gonna get in, fit in how they fit in, or get out. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm good.
They want you to wear construction Timbs with jean shorts and rap.
And what's so crazy is what's so crazy is I never did that. Interestingly enough, we about to shoot a video for the Cameron Ross record the other day, but we wound up not. And I sent it out, and like somebody sent me a treatment, and they was like, yeah, we gonna take Nicki back to her essence, and we gonna put her in Adidas tracksuit, and I was like, wait a minute. I said, first, and that's the problem. Like, people think you ain't got to take Nicki Minaj back to nothing. Nicki Minaj knows who I am, and if I want to do what I did, I could do it. But to dress me different doesn't change me. And when I came with the first DVD I ever did, when everybody remember my baby fat bag, I still had on heels, trying to look cute, my little crop jacket.
Had on little jeans,
nails long. I didn't come in the game wearing sweatpants. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've never actually seen Nicki Minaj, and I met you way back then too.
Yeah.
And you always were done up and had your hair done.
Yeah, I was always
everything.
trying to be cute,
Right.
whether it was expensive or
You
not.
know, we had the little baby fat thing. We can do a little baby fat now.
I was trying to be cute.
A little better now.
So it's like people talking about, like the director. my point was they was trying to bring Nicki Minaj back to her essence.
Right.
But that was never me. So what are you talking? What chick are you creating? Because that wasn't me.
Now, there's a lot of female rappers taking shots at you. Some of them are known. Some of them are unknown. Why are they taking shots at you? Because I haven't really heard you go at anybody. I haven't heard you go at one
we're
person.
not about to do this.
But
I'm
you know
just
what? No,
curious.
because what it is when people are successful, that's when no one's gonna care if you're not doing well. But when you're doing well, that's who you have to come at. The person that's on top, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, but shout out, bless their hearts.
You done? You're not gonna go at them no more? Because it's kind of like a bully. You know when a bully picks on a kid?
I don't go at nobody, Envy. I don't go at
Did
nobody.
it on them?
Yeah, but
Envy.
tragedy.
I don't go at them.
But it's like the moon barking at the dog now, though. Like, when the dog barks at the moon, it's nothing. When the moon barks at the dog, it's news.
Right,
So you kind of doing them a service by saying something to them.
But I don't say anything to them. What's so interesting is you guys always think I'm talking to somebody, and then you think I'm talking to somebody in particular. A lot of times, I be talking to people y'all have no idea I'm talking to, which is interesting. I'm good. And when I say that, I mean, like, I'm not writing records about any girls in the game, past or present. I wish you guys the best, and I really mean that. Like, we went at it. The best woman won, and I'm ready to move on. Like, it's not that people make it a bigger deal than I make it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to go and tour around the world. You know what I'm saying? And this is my first time touring around the world. So could you imagine? I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm so excited. My fans give me so much love. Y'all know my fans is off the chain. Like, they're different. They're special. It's not regular fans. It's like a movement. So I don't really worry about that stuff as much as you guys worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having fun. For my first album, I wasn't really having fun. Like, I was too busy figuring myself out as an artist. Like, You know, I was too busy caring about what critics thought, and now I'm actually like enjoying myself. So in terms of the girls, I said before, when a door opens for me, that means you just got another opportunity to do you.
Right.
Right. So now, like I told Charlamagne, I in order for my theory to prove right, these girls have to come in the game and now get deals because of Nicki Minaj. Because I said this would happen. If you don't like me, that's fine. But, you know, watch your mouth.
Everybody's back quiet. But you know, I never understood the issue because you always paid homage when it came to the older generation. Always. I never heard you not pay homage.
I always did. Like, I bowed down to everybody. When I tell you, I gave everybody their props. Because I really believed that you guys opened doors for me and y'all did y'all thing and, you know. But when people start going at me, you know what I think? I think a lot of people thought I was going to crumble when people started going at me. I thought people don't know how I'm built. There's nothing you can do to me right now that I haven't gone through 50 times worse in my life, okay? I've gone through anything you can imagine right now, I've gone through it. These little spats and these little issues and somebody saying this about Nicki, like, I rise to the occasion every time. That's what people, you know, like how you was asking me, what do you think is separates you from everybody? What? And I'm like, oh, I want it the most. And you're like, well, everybody want it the most, right? I was saying, like, yo, a lot of girls want it, but they haven't been tested so much along the way. Like, when I first started doing music and I was like signing production companies and management and stuff like that, like, I had people purposely not tell me record companies was interested in me. Like, I had a lot of psychological stuff happen to me that made me borderline go crazy. Do you know what it is to be, you know, I was working at the time and, you know, I'm on a train going to work and I'm just hoping and praying every day that somebody likes my demo and yada, yada, yada. And then I would find out later that dudes wouldn't tell me that, you know, that niggas was interested in me and, you know, because of their own ulterior motive and yada, yada, yada. It was just a lot of psychological manipulation going on, and that's why I'm so aggressive now in my business life, because I feel like I gave too many people the opportunity to do me dirty. You know what I'm saying? So a rap battle, I could do that in my sleep now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get paper. Like, I'm trying to be, and I watch what Jay-Z did, and I feel like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it. Just because I'm a girl doesn't make me any different. You know what I'm saying? I'm still qualified. I still came in the game writing my own raps. I still came in the game saying, you know what, this is who I am, and you're not going to freaking change me. And if you don't like it, oh, well, you're going to learn that it's going to stay around. I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? That's where my mind is at.
Now, also, you mentioned that you having fun now. Now, what does Nicki do for fun? I mean, we seen, I think, a video of you going to Great Adventure. And I think you went there for like 5 minutes, and then that was just shut down with so many people. Didn't work out too well. Like, how does Nicki Minaj have fun? I mean,
you're spending money too.
You can't even go to the mall, I would assume, really.
Is that? But that's not my idea of having fun.
What's Nicki's idea of having fun?
Being home by myself.
Oh my goodness.
Watching My Wives and stuff like that.
Watching that, Judge Judy or whatever.
What about playing dress up? Because you're Caribbean.
I don't like.
What are you talking about? What is
I'm saying? Caribbeans like to dress up. Yes, they do. Y'all know Caribbeans like to dress up.
I'm Caribbean. I don't dress up. What are you talking about?
You're a different kind of Caribbean, though. I'm talking about like the Trinidadians and Jamaicans.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
They like to dress up.
No, that sounds crazy. No,
when I go to the Caribbean parade, I see a bunch of people dressed up.
That's a parade.
Right.
My goodness.
Oh, I thought they did that.
He's from the South. He's from the South. He has no idea. He has no idea.
Some chitlins.
Yeah,
I can't.
no idea.
I know you said it. You said in an interview you're not really a club person. You're more of a homebody.
I'm a
you
homebody.
like to be at home.
Yeah. If I wasn't doing rap, I would be a lawyer, and I would like relish the opportunity to be a housewife too. I like that.
What do you do at home? Like, you just seem like what do you do? Sew at home?
I can't believe you
Envy.
What do you do?
I studio over Greg Madden.
You know what our house probably looks like? Probably looks like Disney World. So it's probably fun to be home all the time.
No. I ain't get that one yet. I'm looking. I just saw something I like in Malibu. No, but I'm not home. I'm never home. When you say what do you do for fun, like, fun to me is conquering stuff. Like, that's what drives me. So fun is not going and buying some sneakers.
We know what to get you for Christmas. Monopoly. What? We got to get you board games and stuff like that. Like, you just seem like you just...
No. You got to get Nicki something from the heart, because anything we can buy, she can get for herself. You got to make her like a card.
That's
like,
not
with a collage on it, like, we love you, Nicki.
Nice.
Maybe a diorama.
I don't even know what that is.
What is
but
You don't remember those? You used to make a little shoebox when you were in school?
That must be from China.
I don't know nothing about that.
Now, Nicki, let's talk about that rock. Ever since I mentioned the rock, you haven't put your hand back on the table. What? 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 It's a nice rock. I'm just asking.
She just wears it on her
You
ring
want to
finger.
know something?
She did say she want to be a housewife, so
She did.
Hey, that's
Why?
the first step.
Why are you
to being
looking
a
at me
housewife.
like that? What?
Well, first of all,
There it is.
There it goes. Woo!
I do.
I said I do.
Did it on him.
No, why does everybody think this is an engagement ring?
Because
It's
on the
on
ring
your ring
finger.
finger.
You know what? From this day forth.
Put it on your pinky like a boss.
Word.
I can't fit
It
on her
won't fit on
little
the
pinky.
pinky now. It'll fly right off.
So no, why does I can't? The kid can't
But when
buy.
you a ring finger, ring finger, you know.
All right, Angela, I get it, but it's not an engagement ring.
It's not an engagement ring.
Okay, well, it's nice.
Thank you.
You bought it for yourself?
Well, you know,
Oh my gosh, you bad liar, Nicki. Bad liar.
I know you had recently said you were going to go back to acting, because that's really kind of your roots are in that. And I know that you actually recently premiered a little something of what it's going to be. So you have a movie already ready to go?
No, it's not ready to go. I've just been writing that Roman character, and so I was thinking about making it into a book and a movie.
Okay.
So I was just giving the Grammy people a preview.
Right. Okay, no, because you have strong acting roots, so
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
always
yeah,
wondered when
yeah.
you're going to start doing some film.
I was gonna start doing it a lot earlier, but I had a, we were talking about it like a couple days ago. Like, not for nothing, but acting requires so much of your time, and it's not like you getting $10 million a picture. So it's like you gotta really think about it. You know, it's one of them things where I would rather do it once I settle in my music more.
Right, because now you have an album out and you're promoting, and you're doing your first world tour.
Right.
And I heard you have a fragrance that you're coming out with, a clothing line.
Yeah.
pop, soda. Oh, my fault.
I am working with I am working with Pepsi. I can't say in what capacity, but I can say that I'm working with them, and they're an amazing brand, and that's all I can say about that.
That's the rich voice.
Yeah.
Now, Nicki's very honest about like her work. Like, you mentioned yesterday that Massive Attack was your best video, worst song.
Oh my goodness, I cringe when I hear Massive Attack. There's a few songs that I cringe when I hear.
That song was just
What else?
confusing.
What
That
else?
song was always
It
confusing
didn't
to
have
me.
no beat.
Right. It was just confusing to me.
Right.
What other songs make you cringe?
Your Love.
I like
Your
that
Love was
song.
tough. Are you crazy?
Listen, I still play that song.
It wasn't mixed properly. Are you
That
kidding?
was just, that
They
seemed like it was
leaked-
mixtape record straight
No
off the
one would know
mixtape right
that.
on radio.
Your Love was
Yes,
tough.
yes.
But you
I
didn't know that was
like
going to take off like it did.
Of course not. Of course not.
That's still my
I
song.
loved it, but I didn't want nobody to hear it like that.
What about Roman in Moscow? Because you left that off the album.
I feel bad. I didn't know my fans cared about that stupid song. My fans love that song. They've been.
I didn't really like that record, but I knew people who liked it. I knew people who was like,
and that's the thing. I did it just to be a little teaser.
Look, we got Nicki Minaj here. All
What
the
do
song
you
stuff is
want?
good.
Oh
We
no,
gotta
but
talk
this,
about
I was leading into
I
this.
want to know about
Listen, hold on. I was leading into
do you
this.
want?
I want to know
What
the
did you-
Grammys. What happened
Exactly,
at the
that's what I was
Grammys?
leading into.
Let's go to
What
Grammys.
do you mean what happened at the
How do you
like that
critique your
performance.
Grammy performance?
I did that was my best performance
I
ever.
agree.
And if anybody don't agree, you could.
Why you talking to me? I said
Go
I
ahead.
agree.
No,
Say
we
what
got
you
an
wanna
argument
say.
about that.
You
'Cause me
correct,
and Envy
you
liked
correct.
it. Angela didn't too much like the performance.
I
but we
wasn't
liked
even
the performance.
here. I was at the Grammys.
She was there.
Oh,
no, we
well.
said we liked the Grammys, and people thought it was a little
loved my-
left and a little different.
Good.
I like that Grammy performance. I thought that was one of your best performances
That
that
was
I've
my
seen.
best performance ever.
I was scared of you after that. I'm not gonna lie. All the levitating and everything.
But people don't
What's
understand you
going
got a
on?
background in theater, so it wasn't like you was doing something so out of character.
Yo, but can I say something? I did a skit on my Right Through Me video. I did a skit on my Moment for Life video. I did a fighting scene in my Fly video. That was the skit for the Roman Holiday video. It goes perfectly with the song, which y'all don't understand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But I was more upset that you left Scaff Beezy out for the old white man. Like you came
We
to
can't play that
you
part.
left Scaff Beezy out for the old white man, and I was a little upset
The
about
Catholic
that.
Church would have crucified it. They had a black dude in a damn Catholic priest uniform. You think mainstream America like didn't understand the whole Roman thing? Because you really got to be a deep Nicki Minaj fan to
Of
understand
course,
Roman.
of course. I mean, yeah, that goes without saying. They didn't understand. It was like, why? What are you talking about? why are you calling yourself Roman? Who was that man? And what are you doing here? And why didn't even let you perform at the Grammys, black chick? Yeah, they didn't understand it, but I was happy that they didn't understand it. I don't want to always be understood. That's the crazy thing about me. It's even with my lyrics, I don't like when people understand all my lyrics. I purposely say it in a crazy way. Like, I want my fans, my core, to really go and dissect the lyrics. I don't want them, I feel like you gotta talk in code sometimes, and a lot of things I do, I feel like it's code. I don't want everybody knowing and figuring it out and being able to predict my next move. And I loved my Grammy performance. You know, shout out to Lorianne, because she gets me. I painted this picture. I painted the picture for the Grammy people. They heard the song. They went crazy over that song. I wasn't gonna do that song.
Right.
I didn't like the song until I heard it on the album. I didn't when I heard
it.
I didn't get it. When I heard it on the album, I was like, okay, I get Roman's Holiday now.
Right, because Roman Holiday, it's just a theatrical piece. It's not a song for you to be like, hey, I'm in the club.
Right.
It's just a theatrical piece, and I like to do different stuff. I don't think an album, I could give you a verse after verse after verse. I do features for that. I'm not gonna give you just a verse after verse on my album. You know what I'm saying? But again, I was happy they didn't get it. I was proud of my performance. I still am. It's my best performance to date. I loved my production. Like, I loved the fact it looked like a church. I loved the priest. I loved everything about it. You know what I'm saying? I loved my Oscar de la Renta dress. I loved my custom-made Versace robes flown in from Milan.
Right.
I loved it.
Now, do you ever have to like kind of scream on Lorianne, because she was Lady Gaga's choreographer? So you have to tell her like, look, that's not me, that's Gaga. Like,
hell no. Lorianne was working with me since I came in the game.
oh, okay.
Lorianne, I don't know. Do you remember on My Time Now? Lorianne was there with me doing my MTV performance.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, I've been working with her for a couple years. So yeah, I guess they parted ways with Gaga, but no, I never have to scream on Lorianne. Like, Lorianne is the only creative director so far that I've ever met that gets me. Like, I don't even gotta say nothing. Like, I'll tell her my idea and bang, it's just like in its physical form, it's done.
Drake.
Yeah.
When I say it like that, yeah.
She's waiting for Charlamagne to jump in.
No. Charlamagne talks about Drake all day long.
I give him cultural critique. I critique him.
Now, she's looking at the mirror now. She's looking at the mirror now. He's looking at the mirror now. Now, Charlamagne talks about Drake is... What do you say about Drake, Charlamagne?
I call him a pretty albino girl. I call him Princess Boy.
It's getting hot.
But I do respect him as a rapper. He's a dope lyricist. I just don't like when he sings. And I don't like when he acts like a thug. When he acts like a thug, that really bothers me.
Now,
so you don't like somebody when they sing, but you don't like them when they act like a thug. So what you want him to do?
That's very true too. And I actually heard an interview where he said recently, "I'm going to sing and I'm going to be the sensitive guy. That's my lane." And I said, you know what? That is his lane.
Right.
So as long as he's doing that, I'm cool. But when he's in the video with, goons behind him, well, the most non-threatening goons I've ever seen, and black gloves and all that, I'm not with that. And talking about you think Drake's gonna pull it, you never know. Like, I'm not with that.
Is it awkward when he says things like he would marry you and you're the girl and blah blah blah? Are you like, Drake? Come on, we're your label mates.
We just have fun. Drake and I are like, we're just known for doing like this crazy like flirting stuff, and we get a kick out of it. You know what I'm saying? I think some of the fans get a kick out of it, and no, it's never awkward. It's like
funny.
You know what I always think? I think that when I was like 15, and I would see like Jay and Foxy and not saying that they were flirting, but like they're interacting, and when you see
Jay was definitely
Jay was knocking Foxy down.
Biggie was definitely knocking
bad
Kim.
example.
So you need to stay with him.
knocking Kim down. That's a bad example.
Absolutely.
But go ahead.
Absolutely.
Okay, you can continue on. Okay, when they used to flirt.
We want Drake to come. We're gonna have Drake come sit down
y'all.
here.
Don't put that in my mouth. Pause. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is, I think that the kids, the kids will get a kick out of it. It's like when they see Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj, and we're talking, and sometimes, we're doing all this stuff. They're like, oh my goodness, I want to be in Young Money. What is it like? It's like just, it's a dope little kind of cute picture for the kids that's looking. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. He's definitely more of like my little brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how I look at I feel like I look at Wayne as my older brother and Drake as my little brother, but you know, we do our little flirting and stuff because we ain't really brothers and sisters. So that's all to it.
I always said when you first signed over there with
How many pictures are you gonna take of me? I don't want no more pictures, boy. Please, sir.
I'm going to tell you. About 5, you good about 5. You get the 6 is a little too far. I'm going to tell you that.
I've never seen somebody get shut down. Like, I've never seen that. I've heard about superstars doing that, but I've never seen that.
I'll tell you, Nicki's good for about 5. I said 5, she's good for about 5.
Yo, I can't wait till I get to that level. Hey, put the goddamn camera away. Okay?
Oh, so Nicki, I was saying, when you first signed over at Young Money Cash Money, being like the one female, I guess Chanel was there also, but was it like, you know, when you were the new woman there, were the guys kind of going crazy over you to be an attractive female?
No.
Not at all?
No, they was always drinking so much syrup. They would just be asleep. Oh, okay. By the time I got to the studio, they would always be asleep. It was never like that. But you know what? I never carried myself that way. I never came in like, what up, y'all? Pum, pum. I never been that type of person. You know
when I used to see you, always had a hood on.
Really?
Yeah, you always had a hood on. Well, I guess you were recording, or you always had a hood on.
How long did it take for them to like really take you serious? Because there's a lot of artists over there. You know, at what point did they say, okay, Nicki really is a problem?
It was right before I signed my deal. That's when I got the phone call from Wayne, like, yo, Nick, you ain't gonna sign with Young Money? Like barking on me. And I was like, well, I didn't know if you guys wanted to sign me. And you know, he was at a basketball game, and like he never talked to me like that before. I was so shocked. And I got up the phone and I was just like, yo, because I was this close to signing with another label.
What label?
Warner.
Damn.
And,
damn, Warner's sick.
And
damn,
they sick.
Sorry, guys.
And, but what was gonna happen was that Wayne was gonna executive produce the album, and I didn't know that his desires changed. So I went on trying to get myself a deal, and so apparently then it changed, and he was like, no, I'm gonna sign my artist, and we're gonna do our thing, and I did I tell you guys that I don't know if y'all ever heard this story. I had a dream. I dream everything. I had a dream that I was like on a boat or whatever, and like they were like, come on, it's time to go, and I was like, no, I don't want to go. I was afraid to go. And I just stayed on this other place, and then I looked over like across seas, and I saw Wayne, Drake, Mac, Gutter, like I just saw everybody rocking this crazy concert. Right. And when I woke up, I said, oh, if I don't go, I'm gonna regret it. If I don't go to Young Money, I'm gonna regret it. You know who had a big part in it? Irv Gotti. That's my baby.
I remember he compared you to Lauryn Hill early before
and
anybody
was like,
saw
what?
it.
But let me tell you something about Irv. He has like an eye, an instinct. He actually got the reason why I never made like stupid decisions in terms of my record deals, and I don't got no 360 and all that. Irv got me with top lawyers early in the game. Right. He called them up. He was like, yo, I'm telling you, this girl's gonna be big. Please rep her. Because I didn't have the kind of money to get, a big firm. Lawyer, right. And they, them lawyers, I'm still with them now. They actually repped me. And I remember one time Irv was like, yo, what the f is wrong with you? Like, you crazy? You contemplating if you gonna sign with Young Money? Like, I was like, cause I was listening to what everybody else was telling me. So many people was putting all this shit in my head. They was like, yo, Wayne ain't never gonna put you out. Wayne ain't gonna be no businessman enough. Wayne got da-da-da. And so it just goes to show you that, remember we all kept talking about there's no blueprint? Like, you make your own blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And I love Wayne for, like, he kept his word to me. And the other side to that coin is that I got my own buzz. Like, I did my own thing. Like, you can't expect Wayne to make you who, and this goes for everybody. Nobody's gonna make you into a Nicki Minaj. So please stop thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj, when I was paying for my own mixtapes, going to the studio, paying for my own studio time, and I was doing shows. I was doing 4 shows a week, and then I would go to the studio and record. You know what I'm saying? and put my mixtapes out and enlist, you know, DJs like DJ Holiday and, you know, whoever to host the CDs and stuff like that. And, you know, I got a lot of help along the way. Like, I got help from Deb, Walker's mom, and, you know, like a lot of I would meet great people and they would help me. But for the most part, it was me on Twitter and me on these social networks and MySpace when that came out. It was me just, you know, interacting with my fans that got this all started. Once I stirred it up, Baby and Slim was like, you dropping your album in November. Right. And I was like, no, please don't make me drop my album in November. Remember? I was in some dance rehearsal for something, and I was like, I really was so upset that they told me I had to drop an album, because I was like, no one's going to buy it, and you're going to embarrass me.
No, well, that was
one of the top selling albums of the year when it came out.
You know what's crazy? Me and Envy always talk about this. You got all these New York execs here in New York who have let the two biggest artists from New York in the past 8 years go. 50 Cent got signed by a dude from the West and the Midwest. Right. And Nicki got signed by dudes from down south. Yeah. Do you ever sit around and think about that? Like,
I used to in the beginning, but now I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I feel like, I think outside of where people come from, it's the vibe. I feel like I was a great fit for Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what? Me and Jay-Z, me and 50 Cent wasn't gonna get on a track and do voices and be crazy together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a great fit for who I was. So. Are
you looking to sign any artists? Because you got your Pink Friday Productions, right?
Yeah, just producers I've signed so far, but artists. The reason why I'm skeptical, because a lot of my dudes is like, yo, Nick, like, you know, like, sign me, I'm gonna do my thing, like, da-da.
Artists are crazy and difficult. Say it.
No, not that.
They suck. They not hot. No, for real, because Nicki, the person you signed, got to be one of the next ones.
But that's what I'm saying. No, and not only that, though, Charmaine, it's the fact that I wouldn't hate to let somebody down. I don't want nobody to put their dreams in my hands. I know what that feels like. I don't want to be the one that you sitting home saying, this she ain't putting my single out. I know my single hot. And artists always think they're hot. So I just be like, you know what? I want to help y'all. I'm gonna help y'all in any way I can. But to make that commitment, that's a big commitment. Even though if I was to start a label deal right now, just so that the real people, the regular people in the real world understand this, if I was to say I want a label right now, I could get lots of money. Right. Lots of money. Just because they know Nicki Minaj is going to be behind it and she's going to co-sign it and she's going to promote it and yada, yada, yada. But I won't do that. A lot of dudes have done that. A lot of dudes historically in hip-hop have said they starting a label and get a $20 million check and piece themselves out. And that's it.
Every time you look on a blog site, you know, they're talking about you and they're talking about your relationship. Because it got to be difficult because you're in this for rapping.
What relationship?
Right. What are you talking about?
What relationship?
You back to this ring again, Envy?
I didn't say anything about the ring.
Envy, say what you got to say.
No,
what
I was
relationship?
saying about the relationship. Every time you say
what
something
relationship?
About your relationship.
White people, you know what?
I'm not white.
Yes, you. Oh, you're not.
Yes, he
I'm
is.
light skinned.
No, he's definitely white. He
You're not
is
Puerto
white
Rican,
as they
Envy?
come. Listen here, you elitist. What relationship you
I'm
talking
talking about your relationship. Do you ever get mad when you look at media takeout and you see your relationship?
What relationship? And I don't look at
whether
blogs.
It's okay. Well, whether it's, you know, they say you with Wayne or with Drake or with Scaff Beezy, do you ever say leave
Scaff Beezy is my adopted son from Somalia.
All rich superstars adopt a little black baby.
Oh, that's
Scaff Beezy.
I gotta get me an adopted. Where you get him from? We're like,
yo, we started rapping together. He's been rapping with me for like 10 years. The first group I ever was in, he was in the group.
What was the name of the group?
Let's move on.
Now let's talk about
He's also co-executive producer on the new Pink Friday.
Now let's talk about the Pink Friday
People
album
don't
a little
understand
bit.
the role he plays. I'm gonna go to.
Well, we want to know because we don't see.
Well, let me tell you what role he plays.
Tell us.
He's the reason for Did It On Him being on my album. He's the reason for Bees in the Trap being on this album. He has a great ear for hood beats. And sometimes I'm off in La La Land and, you know, just want to listen to my dance records. He'll be like, you got to do this. You know
He's the nigga that be around.
And he be in the tracks hyping you up, too.
He hides the shooters.
He's the one that gets the shooters.
He got a couple Haitians that be acting crazy. but he knows lyrically what I'm capable of. He's the one that'll be like, because I keep a very small circle, and even in the studio. You came to my studio.
Yeah, it wasn't nobody there. It's me, Scaff, and Nicki.
So That's the point. I have people that I can trust right by my side. And that's why he's, co-executive producer of the album, because he's the one that got all the beats. He's the one going back and forth with 2 Chainz and Cam and everybody to get the songs done. We run our own ship. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple companies together. He's not. I don't know. I don't know what people really want me to say, but it's so funny because even when I was in Tokyo, you would not believe this. They were like, oh, who's SB and was he? He was in your video, because they play Stupid Ho out there. They don't bleep it, which is hilarious. And they were asking about him. It's so true. What you got?
When you say, hey, yo, SB?
Yeah, because they was like, why when you say? They was like, is this who you were talking about when you say, hey, yo, SB, what good? I mean, people seem to be very intrigued, but we good.
Is he the person that tells you the truth? Like, who tells you the truth?
He tells me the truth. He tells me the truth. I mean, but it's weird because sometimes he tells me his truth, and it's not the world's truth. Right. Sometimes, he said he hated Super Bass, and you could understand why he hates Super Bass. You know what I'm saying?
He's a coon. He's a
right.
He's not gonna be jumping up and dancing to Super Bass. Now B's in the trap or something else.
Right. So I have to feel. So I always have, good cop, bad cop on my shoulder, and it keeps me to the point where I'm able to do an album like Moment Reloaded, where I can put the rap stuff and my dance stuff and the girly records, and that's what the role he plays.
How much of the public's criticism of you do you listen to? Like when you're looking at your Twitter or reading comments on blogs, like how much do you?
I don't
do
read blogs. I don't go on blogs, and I think that's the biggest mistake a new artist can make. Spare yourself.
Drive yourself crazy.
It will drive you crazy. I did that in the beginning. It ruined me for a bit. As far as criticism, I hear all the criticism, and I take it with a grain of salt. And like I said, if I really was paying attention to all the criticism. But here's the thing. I noticed this when I've been doing interviews. People keep talking to me about the criticism, but when I go on Twitter, 85% of it is positive reinforcement. So I can't say that. I mean, like, I just went #1 in the UK, New Zealand, #2 in Australia, #2 in Canada, #1 on US iTunes. So when people keep talking to me about criticism, and all I'm seeing on my, almost 11 million followers later, all I'm seeing is, oh my God, please make Pound the Alarm a single, please make Whip It a single, please make Hove Lane a single, please make the...
Right.
What critics?
Gotcha.
How much creative control did you have over this album? Is it all you?
All. I have all creative control over every single thing I do. Thank God for people like Baby and Slim. When I tell you I couldn't see myself with anybody else, because they don't tell me what to do.
That's the best thing.
Wayne don't tell me what to do. Nobody it's like they trust me. And when someone trusts you, it makes you feel like I don't want to mess up even more now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to put out a song that Baby and Slim is going to say, okay, yeah, it's doing good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an experimental artist. Everything I do doesn't go #1. Everything I do isn't received well all the time. But I take chances, and it always comes together at the end.
They signed 52 artists. You ain't got to be on 52 artists as songs, right? Because they got like 70 artists over there.
Really?
Like from Mystical to the Limp Bizkit to Bow Wow.
Yeah, so
like
a lot of those guys are going to be tax writers.
So when they call you and be like, hey, like it might be somebody that you're not feeling. Do you have to do songs and be like, all right, baby, for you?
Of course not. I don't do anything with anybody I don't want to.
You have a lot of tracks on the album, too. And I was surprised that it wasn't going to be it could have been a double album.
Could have been a double disc.
Charlamagne's on the album?
It's very generous of you.
Yeah, because can I say something, Angela? People don't realize that even if you talk about me having my 5 dance records, most albums, nobody's giving you 22 songs no more. Because do you realize that we lose millions of dollars when we put over 15 songs on the album? I think Wayne lost, I think Max said $4 million because every time you go over your cap, the label doesn't pay producer royalties on those extra songs. Right. So you got to pay it out of your own pocket. So whatever money, little bit of money that Nicki Minaj get on the album, she got to dig in that. But artists don't count that money. That's not money that we live off of. But I'm just saying, I'll probably lose $5 million by putting all those songs on there. But it's because I want my fans to be fed, and I want them to feel like, okay, I could hold off for another year, or whatever.
Right. Would you ever do a mixtape again?
Yes.
Sounds like it's something in the works.
I was saying that I would do a mixtape when all of the hottest MCs in the game sell millions of records, because people you know, in the hip hop culture, try to attack Nicki Minaj, yet y'all ain't buying the hottest MC in the game album.
Yeah,
why the hottest MC in the game ain't selling 2 million albums?
Well, if we wait for them to sell records, you ain't never doing a mixtape. Now, Charlamagne is he an official barb?
Yeah, I call him See the Barb.
Is he an official barb?
That's his name. Okay.
Listen, I've been a fan. I've been a fan of Nicki Minaj for a long
Do we have
time.
a special T-shirt or something?
Listen, I'm a supporter. I think
Is he
she's
an
dope.
official barb?
My fans like him because they say he ratchet.
He's
And-
definitely ratchet.
Yeah, they
You know, he
say-
made somebody cry for going at you for. Well, that's another story. He made somebody cry because they said they stole your style. That you stole their
She
style. He
stole
made
it.
her cry.
He did make her cry. See the Barb,
There
baby.
we go.
He's out here doing what we do.
Nicki Minaj, ladies and gentlemen, the album's in stores right now. You want to say something to official barb you?
Nah, I mean, listen, I'm a Nicki Minaj supporter. I think
I
she's
want to
dope.
thank Charlamagne. Charlamagne made an incredible guest appearance on my album with this interview. And let me tell you something. If I get one more call or hit about that interview,
Don't thank me. I want to thank you. I got people in other countries tweeting me. I can't even read their timeline. I can't even read the language.
right? No, but my fans are going berserk, and we haven't even released the whole interview. What people don't know is that interview was over an hour long.
Oh, I thought it was 23 minutes or something.
Yeah, on the album, but because I had to like cut it, but it's like 2 hours of stuff there. So I'm gonna keep releasing some, but it's interesting because my fans, they were playing it when the album dropped as if it was a song. Like right now, they're like quoting all the words from the interview, and they're like, "Yo, that's our best interview," and "Thank you, Charlamagne," because they most of the time my fans watch my interviews, they hate it because people ask me the most generic questions. So they was just like happy that I was comfortable enough to just open up pause for Charlamagne, and you know.
He's shopping publishing deals now. He thinks he's gonna be rich now.
Nikki's always been the same because we've always had fun interviews too, and you still
Yes.
seem like the exact same, just a little richer, but
Oh, okay.
A little?
Well,
a lot.
Well, thank God for that. God has truly, truly blessed me. Not with money. Not just because of money, coons, back there. but
Yo, since the beginning of time,
yeah.
always talk
I want to
about
be your
money.
adopted Somalian. Well,
You're too light skinned to be a
You
Somali.
could be the adopted Puerto Rican child.
Exactly.
adopt me.
No, but I was just going to say that, you know, I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but
We're talking about how you
But listen,
haven't
the
changed.
Breakfast Club, we ride for
Thank
Nicki
you.
Minaj, man.
you
Bottom line,
guys,
point blank, period.
It's interesting that they put y'all three together because I actually had a great rapport with all. But I didn't know Charlamagne, but he was a friend in my head.
Oh.
I kept on saying I like his lisp, you know, and
I didn't know you had one until I heard the interview.
I kept on telling him, I was like, yo, his lisp, I love it because it makes me want to listen to what he's gonna say. And I saw his like when he interviewed Dice, and I was crying. But the whole point of the matter is, I had a great rapport with you. I had a great rapport with you. I'm glad they put y'all together. Y'all are like a mega force. Y'all just took over every blood clot thing now.
We're number one. Number one?
Yep.
Number one ever morning show in New York. Yeah.
I'm proud of you guys. Like, you're from Queens, right?
Right? Yes.
Oh,
I'm just from the
He
north
was-
side.
he
You
was
from the
from
south side, from the
Queens,
north side. That's
Oh,
all.
well, that don't really count.
That don't
Okay.
count.
And we're number 2 overall, but if we keep getting crossover superstars like Nicki, we can eventually get that number 1 spot.
Yay, you guys. Y'all popping.
But thank you, Nikki.
Thank you
We're
for having me.
super duper proud of you too.
Thank you.
Of course, you know that.
Thank you. Yes.
That's right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1.